Hey guys, this is Tigress coming back to you with Craftymon. And I completely forgot the fact that if I start jumping off my roof, it's gonna. Yeah, I will say now, I had completely forgot I was wearing an elytra. I forgot this was waterlogged. Waterlogged when I can't speak today. Also, guys, you might be noticing a few things are different. Which in due time, you might also know, my arm is also slightly different. Like if anyone does wonder, it's the plastic texture pack. Reasons I will go into after I've slept. But I was like, I'll test to see what the plastic texture pack looks like, because I like the plastic texture pack when I just first load up a world. Like for instance with Quest, I think it was the first. Like I think I had it from the beginning. I'm not 100% sure, and I liked it considering everything was built from that. My problem then comes from the fact of a lot of times adding a texture pack after you've had like, for instance, say if some big YouTubers like hardcore YouTubers then added a random texture pack to the world. I personally don't think it would look as nice. I think there'd be a few things that would probably look nice if they hadn't. But I've not built much in Craftymon considering I've done 40 episodes. Literally, I did a quick flyover, which I was like, I'll do a quick flyover to see what I've actually built, because it's like, there's been 40 episodes, surely I've built a few things, and it's like, well, okay, so there's these, which, yeah, they look fine. The ant farm looks fine. My house looks fine. The giant tree looks fine. And I'm like, everything just looks fine. So, the reason I did it... guys, if you don't know, in Quest, I had two dogs called Benji and James. They were my two first. They were they were the favourites. They still kind of are. Don't tell anyone else. And I think... Hold on. Guys, I do have a couple stacks of obsidian. Basically, there is a minigame that I've not planned out yet that I do want to plan. The whole premises of that minigame will basically be dropping TNT. I've not planned it yet. It's basically putting TNT into holes and hitting something more than likely. I've not full planned it. Like, not hitting putting TNTs. There'll be basically TNT sprouted through. You'll have like, there'll be an underground section, there'll be TNT that you can then put into holes. You can then cover said holes up, and then you basically chuck items onto pressure plates. If those items hit those pressure plates, then like you get a point or something. I've not full on worked the thing out completely. But we're gonna go for a nice little flight. Today's episode isn't gonna be about that because I do need to full plan it and all that lot. Today's episode is basically finding where the new Funland's gonna be. Like, I want an area that's basically gonna stick out. And I'm gonna basically be like, yes, this is a good Funland area. I don't want it too close to my house. I don't want it too far away. I don't mind needing to glide or fly. But I'd also like it on like a walking distance. I'm pretty sure this is the forest they spawn in. But guys, there is a Pacific dog in the normal text track for Minecraft. Since they changed them, that I don't think looks as nice, and I think they look nicer back when they beforehand. And I was like, surely, like, because like they didn't look like this in Quest, and to me they kind of look a bit sicky. Like they look like they're ill, kind of. Also, guys, today we are going to be building a graveside for Duke. I had kind of forgot about it. Just reminded myself. And so we are going to be doing that. Now, I believe it is just spruce biome, birch biomes on that lot. I thought that was something that I was like, oh my god, no. But like I say, guys, the reason I have shut the plastic texture pack on, I had it on for quests. You might like it, you might not. If enough people do turn around and tell me that they don't, I might consider changing it back. Um, why can't I find the thing I'm looking for? Like, guys, having an elytra is... Don't get me wrong, I like being flying out the deer. I honestly did. I've had a load of fun without the deer flying. But I'm also not gonna... If I say, what the hell's that? I'm also not gonna lie and turn around and say that, you know, elytra flying isn't just Bella. And I don't necessarily want to say Bella because it's quicker. Also, guys, we are going to try and name a few of the dogs today. Also, guys, this was part of the reason why I did basically go and do, like, searching for the dogs out of episode, because I knew it was going to take ages. And I'm looking for one of the most common like breeds. I think I'm in the right direction now. Right, guys, as soon as I do find the right biome, I will be right back. So, guys, we're back to an area that I wanted to be in. Basically, if you can't tell by the wood, I'm at a nice little holiday home. Which, I will say now, I didn't come and double check, because I'm like, it's just made, like, one, had forgot about it. Two, but it's like, it's just made out of wood. I doubt it would look terrible. But I'd say, what the hell, like, what pet was that? And it's like, it's a Craftymon. It's a Mon. But yeah, so, today, guys, we are basically doing a bit of exploring. Looking for an area for, like, the new Funland. Now, I will say no. If I can't find what I'm looking for here, then I have no goddamn ass chance of finding it anywhere else. See, guys, that's what I'm on about. They look so much more nicer in this texture pack than any other. Hello? I mean, I don't need another. No. You want to... You know what? Benji would have done the exact same thing. Good old Craft, like, he won't be Benji from Quest, but he'll be a new Benji. Now, if I know a Benji, James has got to be around here somewhere. You know, crafty pair of them. And guys, I would use the title of like something along the lines of R.I.P. Duke. But Duke wasn't around. Like Duke's been around forever, but he wasn't around for that long. Like I'd kept most of the dogs nice and like kept safe. Because apparently I can't take them out with me without risking them. But has been even keeping up with me. And I really should not be getting attached, just in case. Just in case, but I mean, it's a forest, it's relatively safe. I mean, saying that, Benji and James is like sort of like, because like they basically became the case of like it's like they wouldn't go anywhere without each other, like, and I can't find them. Although not finding James isn't the worst thing in the world. Um, it means I won't have to swim back or make another boat. I thought it ran along like mine or you know, feral. Hello, no, no, no. James! Got Benji and James back. Also got, I mean, you get one bone. Okay, you get two bones. You get three, four, five, six. Okay, looks like I'm making a second boat. Never mind, I don't have a way to, because I don't have leads. Well, we've got Benji, whoops. We've got Benji, James, and we've got Tia. Also, good. Right, see, how am I gonna get these back? Come on, YouTube. Right, guys, what I will do is, just to save me flying all the way back, to basically what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna fly all the way back. I'll grab a lead, I'll grab a sped boat, and then I'll fly all the way back, pick them up, grab some colors, get three name tags, so Benji, James, Tay, like as in Taya, for like Taya, grab a color for Taya. I'm thinking pink. And I will be right back since I've done all that. So, guys, we're back in the house. I have just slept, and then just before I was about to fly back, I was like, what did I then do with those? But I feel like I put them in my ender chest. I did. I have three. I thought I had more. Well, I was then like, hold on, wait a minute. Okay, so where did I put that? It was in my inventory. Okay, I was just being dumb. I was like, well, if in that case, I then go, because I want to basically try and get, Fortune. Like, it's the one item that I don't want to touch on. Unbreaking and efficiency. Great. Like, as if I get Fortune, I will happy enough deal with needing to make another. And, you know, getting the, like, other enchantments. And I have enough to do one more. Yes, I will take that. Because the efficiency-wise, I really don't care. Now, do I leave it as diamond or do I have a spend? I do. What do I need to netherite it? It's netherrack, isn't it? Asking a dumb question, but do I have those? I do. You know what? For now, I'm going to leave it as diamond, just because. Oh, they look so much more different. Like the armor trims, I will say now, slightly look worse in this texture pack. Netherite one looks cool. I did not recognize those. If I was doing like a restaurant, I'd be perfectly fine. Just having these look like menus, because I think that's what they look like. Like have those look say like adult menus, and have like the purpley spiry armor trims like say look like kids. Because I think it would work. But you can go in there. And I need Benji, James, and Taya. 3 name tags. Now it's just a case of spelling it. And guys, I will say this now. My case with like back in school, like the one subject that I wasn't necessarily great at, like spelling's never been one of my strong points, and I always prefer double checking things. So I was spelling it right. It's just one of those cases where I look at it and I'm like, eh. Could have been smart, because I can. Now this is 100% something I'm going to mess up. Now guys, this is kind of a reference to Yu-Gi-Oh! But I don't know why. Recently, I've kind of like named here. It's been one of those cases where I'm like, it's. I don't know whether it's just a case of because I'm somewhat kind of back in the period of like because when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh series, the Yu-Gi-Oh series, for the most part I will always say Yu-Gi-Oh GX and like Yu-Gi-Oh! Final Details are my favorite. What did I want? Do I want pink or magenta? I kind of want to go magenta, but I kind of think pink would also suit. You know what? I'm going pink. Lead and a bolt. You know, I'll make another boat. By chance, do I happen to have a spare boat in my junk chest? Because there's a very small chance I could be blind it. No. Go horn. But yeah, like I go back and forth, and then every so often the dual monsters era Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm just like, that was cool. Like, I really do like underappreciate it. And like I flip and flop because there's parts of me that's like Yu-Gi-Oh! GX is just really cool, and like not the dual monsters is like really cool, and I could rewatch it whenever. And then there's other parts of me that's like, what am I agreeing to rewatch again? Yeah, season 1, season 2, season 3, season 4, and season 5. Now, I will be honest. I've never seen all of season 5, and I barely ever rewatch from season 1. For me, season 1 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters is not a complete introduction to how Yu-Gi-Oh! Is. And as long as you've seen it once, also guys, I did set up the farm. You got the cactuses that are growing nicely. I also then did sort it. And then you got these. Slight muck up with, I think it was, basically because of how pumpkins and melons grow, there was a slight mistake. You need a load of seeds, and basically it'll just be something that's been sorted now, but if it pops up its ugly head up again, it can get sorted again. But like, the reason I've never seen all season 5 is because I personally, I might someday. I've seen a good chunk. I've seen a good, like, I don't, not necessarily a good chunk of it. I've seen a good bits of it. There are a couple of duels in there that I've not seen because for a good part, like, I did skip season 5. So like, there's nothing interesting that happens in it. No, just some of the most really fun and interesting duels that happen. The Kaiba vs Marek duel, which quite frankly, Kaiba should have won. Kaiba has 3 blue as white dragons compared to Marek's. Yes, Marek is a good duelist, but he relies on cheeky strategies, and they're not always going to play off. Yugi vs Bakura, which was an interesting duel. I've seen both from duel analysis from TCG anime, and they both did look interesting. I might have to go rewatch them at some point. And I have seen the final duel between Yugi and Natam. And I will say no. The fact that, like, Yugi's last 2 duels is what people do now consider Yugi's actual deck. And I don't disagree. For a good while, I've kind of disagreed. Like, there were a few minor, and I do mean minor changes, that I would want to make. Well, first of all, Tay, you can have that. Along with that. Now. Okay, yeah, Benji's slightly a bit more curious. He always has been. Same for James. Like, James is curious, but Benji's sort of like, I smell my owner. This is gonna be fun. Tay into the belt. Benji. Fine, we'll do it this way. I was gonna write that bomb back, but fair enough. See, this was never designed for this. Sorry, James. Off we go. And, like, it's what, like, because, like, there are a few changes I would want to make. Like, there are a few cards that I do personally think do need to be added to Yugi's final deck. Which I'll discuss when I get back, because, guys, it's going to take a few minutes. I will get back, I will sleep, and I have 3 other name tags, and I do need to go make a resting place for, thingy, and I also do need to go and find a spot for the Funland. So, those are all on the agenda. So I'll be back as soon as I get back there. We're back. It is dark. I did get lost. But we've got the 3 dogs. I've got the boats on me. That can go back up there. Those can go all into a thing. And that can go in there. Because at the end of the day, I don't know why I'm carrying a shulker box on me. I mean, carrying a stack of arrows doesn't really make a difference. So, right, we'll take Benji James into her home, and I'll say no. Like, Benji and James have always been close, especially in Quest. But, like, I think Benji's trying to, say something to Medea. Yeah, I can say this now. I hope this does not mean I'll end up bringing, the three of them on adventures, because that's just not going to be fun. Guys, bringing one dog means I can have a boat if I need to. It's going to mean no more light train everywhere. Oh, the fun days have gone. Well, I will say now, the reason I do still have them equipped is I honestly have no idea. It's been cool just to have like the Elytra. But like guys, they look like their original. So, like they look how they used to, kind of, in the past texture pack like this. And I will quickly like show a comparison. So 3, 2, 1, they'll look like how they did now. And guys, this is what they look like in like the normal texture pack. Yeah, and again in 3, 2, 1, at a snap of my wrist, they will be back. And guys, we're back. And like I said, they look so much nicer. I stand Benji up and instantly run straight to Taya. That is telling me something. Part of me thinks I potentially might end up regretting this just because there is. We will go the safe way. Come on, you three. Taya, being good and responsible. Not surprised, Benji, you followed instantly after her. James. James, come on. You want to come through the window. James, of course, like you would decide to, run around everywhere else. I'm about to say, where the hell's the gate? Because, like, I don't know why I expect it to be here. But no, it's there. Is it in the most logical spots? No. But, like, having it, like, there wouldn't be the worst, but, like, I don't really want to cut into more of, like, Daisy's Land. And, guys, we are going to spend the last, we're going to go and have a quick flight. Is that Benji? Yeah, it was Benji and James, too. So, what's this dog? So, I have 3 name tags left. Which means I need to pick more than 3 colors. Need to chuck the arrows away. And you know what? The spare boat can go in there. Just in case. I'm going to chuck a very small handful. Like 10 leads in there. But like I said, guys, I did get lost on the way back. I do have 3 name tags. I do need to get more. For colors, there's a white dye, There's a blue dye. And we'll go purple. I mean, it'd be very much a cliche, but I kind of want to go with snowy. You can't really tell the color difference. Like, do I go with the name Snowy and just deal with the fact, like, because I don't think it's that bad. You know what? Yes. Um, Duncan and um, we'll do Snowy Duncan, and I'll think of another one for the purple. I say purple. I'm pretty sure was it magenta or was it purple? It was purple. Um, kind of like name Rose, like Snowy Duncan. Like, I do just kind of like the names. Oh, the anvil broke. I'm not surprised. And Duncan. Like, guys, when I do have the like option of more freely of changing names, then I don't double check the spelling. But when I don't, I do. Now, guys, I'm just gonna call it as Rose, but she will be Rosie. There will be an extra E. But like I say, when it's a case of things that, like, because, like, I can get hold of name tags, they are just a bit more of a pain. But I will say that, guys, since I have changed it, this roof looks a tiny bit nicer. But this is the only building that I do think looks worse. Because it's striped jungle logs and then striped birch. The birch I don't think looks too bad, and the jungle logs don't actually look that bad. I've not properly checked all the way down now. Now where were they? Snowy. Duncan, and Rosie. So we've got Tay, James, Benji, Snowy, Duncan, and Rosie. Now, I will set up a thing that basically just means you put the colour in, you press a button. Guys, the others will get names. I'm not saying they won't, but... And here is a small little but. I have just over a stack of emeralds. I have enough to get 4 more name tags. Because I think they're like 20 a piece. This room kind of looks a bit nicer. Like, the woods always looked a bit nicer. The pattern looks a bit more weirder. The iron does stand out a lot more. And then it's just the striped wood that looks a tiny bit worse. But like I say, it's literally just the striped logs that look a tiny bit worse. But everything else, I will say, looks fine. Also, a nice little secret. Not much of a secret, is... I don't think this goes anywhere. But I potentially could make a secret exit from this, which... wouldn't be that hard. The only downside would be the fact of it also be a secret entrance. It'd also be an entrance that anyone could use. But you've got your nice little jacuzzi pool in, because like, it's surrounded by the heat from the lava. You got your axe. I can store my diamond. I can store my netherite stuff. I got my nice 2 little sets of armor. I've got a fisherman who is now my receptionist. A butcher. And another fisherman who thinks they like to sit in my throne. I say throne, it's just more my nice little intimidation office thing. It was built because I was like, this looks cool. I believe you are the person. Yeah, 20 emeralds for one thing. I need more emeralds. Now, do I actually have an easy way of getting them? Paper. So, I want to get like a couple stacks of emeralds. But how many more name tags do I actually need? Yeah, guys, I've got a gut feeling this is going to be a case of change from finding a new area for the Funland to, taming dogs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold on. Rosie, if I shift you to there, so it's then 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's going to be easy going from this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I need about 10, which is 200 emeralds. I will try and get them over the next few episodes, via trading, potentially via some mining. It's just the thing is, I don't really need anything but diamonds maybe, but barely. Gold, actually no, gold and diamonds are something I do need. It's just a case of, like, for beacon-wise. Next episode, I'm gonna sleep and then go and have a look at a couple potential areas for the Funland. Because I kind of want, like, a flattish area, but, like, an area that's nice. And I've got a couple thoughts. But I don't want it to generally be around here, because I could build things around here, like shop-wise and all that lot. But It wouldn't be that hard. I mean, it would be a pain in the ass. Yeah, see, I've got a gut feeling I'm going to end up bloody ocean-wise. Hello. Okay, this is just weird. Guys, it's not the first time that I've loaded into, like, this world and been like, huh? Have there just been chunk mishaps with loading? Yeah, guys, let me just lock my door. I think for the most part, I probably will end up building the funland over this general direction. Just like dirting out the whole area. It'll make it more of a painful with redstone, but like, that's fine. Like I say, it probably will be sort of like more like this general direction. Now, yes, it does kind of make a few problems, but again, I can get to them when I get to them and dig. Because I don't really have any great options, because there's nowhere really big and flat. Now, granted, there is the ocean, so I probably will just use this general area. But again, I might just have another look in between episodes. I might decide to go the other way. I do not know. Now, there was a tunnel entrance somewhere around here. I do not remember. There it is. Is it possible? This is going to take way too many fireworks, but again, I kind of want to know. Experience kinetic energy. Also, guys, if you do ever wonder why some of the devs in this game do like compared to like some of the devs in this game pop up like with a slightly different name compared to some of the devs in like Overwatch Rivals, it's because this is just a case of linked to my Microsoft account. Like, I am playing Craftymon on PlayStation. It is literally just the account. And the account was created from my Xbox account, my Microsoft account, which is my old gamer tag. Well, more specifically, my Xbox gamer tag. And guys, if you are new around it, please like, comment, subscribe. And something I've not mentioned yet, which I don't know how, X-Men 97 Season 2, Episode 7. It was everything I wanted. It was stuff that we didn't really need, but it was still a really cool episode. Like, we got information on Colossus because he's not been seen yet, and he's now working with a group. Again, spoilers, so I start going in. But yeah, spoiler warning. He's now working with a group who's essentially doing all this stuff in the name of Magneto. Charles is obviously pissed because they're going around basically wrecking, Eric's name. And even though he has himself done those things, like he willingly caused a blackout in the end of season 1, because Colossus is annoyed because Magic, his sister, died on Geonosis, which I'm also annoyed about. We could have seen Magic, which I wouldn't be surprised. Kinda would, kinda wouldn't, depending what actually happens to Apocalypse. If you saw the ending, then you know exactly what I'm on about. But of the 4 Horsemen of Death, Magic could be one, Gambit's one, Magneto could be another, and Madeline Pryor could be one. The reason I think that is, first of all, Madeline Pryor died in season 1, Magneto died season 2, Gambit died season 1. That'd be 2 from each season that died. Second of all, I kind of like I can see the weird angle. I can see the fact of Scott Summers, Jean Grey, and Cable, Nathan Summers fighting against Madeline as one of the Horsemen and being like, "Don't do this, Madeline. You're still like an X-Men and all that lot," and Cable being like, "I can't hurt her," and like struggling with it, and like Cyclops being like, "You've got to save her," and like Rogue dealing with Gambit, Polaris dealing with Magneto, and I don't know whether Colossus joined up with the school or whether he went back to was it Russia? I could be wrong, or whether he just went home. But then, or even either way, then Colossus then dealing with magic. I think that would be really cool, and it'd play a twist that would seriously interfere with the X-Men's minds. Like Charles being like, Apocalypse, this is a twisted game. Just because on one hand, Rogue would be like, Gambit, I don't want to hurt you, like, because he died trying to save her on Geonosis. Cyclops, Jean, and Cable wouldn't want to hurt Madeline. I mean, Jean potentially would, but Cyclops and Cable wouldn't. And I very much doubt Jean would, because I'm pretty sure they did end on like a sort of a sistery way. Polaris finally getting to like know more about her dad, and her dad trying to kill her after she's got to a good place in time. I think it'd be interesting, and then Colossus needing to go like magic. Because the reason I say this is it seems like a waste to bring up magic in 97 and then instantly kill her off. She wasn't shown in season 1. They did something with Colossus and they killed, like, it just seems like a waste. I could be wrong, but it does just seem like a waste. And then we end up seeing the Savage Land, which was really cool. The people that Colossus was working with, Nightcrawler, and they bring back Nightcrawler's brother. Sabretooth and Mystique's son. Which, just one on record, Mystique has 3 kids. Mystique abandoned 3 kids. Like, going over her kids, Rogue has serious trauma from abandonment issues. And other issues, like, abandonment's one of them. Nightcrawler, willing to forgive even though she did abandon him. And then their other child, the Sabretooth, because it's his half-brother. I also think it's Rogue's half-brother too, but the episode doesn't like cross it as like half-brother. So I'm not 100% sure. Because it's only ever mentioned as Nightcrawler's half-brother. So I do not know. And like, because he gets put on trial for all like the horrific things like he's done to mutants, I just can't think of his name. And Nightcrawler's trying to save him, and Colossus says at the end, "No, you didn't convince me, but you would have." And that's what I kind of like about Nightcrawler in 97, because I grew up with, Kurt from X-Men Evolution, where he's a bit more childish, a bit more, fun-wise and all that lot, compared to in the 90s show, and in 97, he's a lot more religious, a lot more down to the earth, and a lot more willing to pick up 3 swords and go on guard. That was cool in season 1. And the fact he did, like, picked up another sword and did it again. It's a good time to be a Cable fan, it's a good time to be a Polaris fan. Could we get to see Polaris do more? We also get to see her with, not Forge, Bishop. And I reckon they are setting something off for that. Because my predictions for the battle against the Horsemen will be X-Force will then basically, I think the X-Men and the X-Force team are gonna basically end up clashing. I think Cyclops, Professor X is gonna send them after him, and like, Cyclops is gonna be like, Cable, and then we're gonna be like, wait, Jubilee, Sunsport? It's like, just not the way to go around it, and I think after a mini little bruise up, like a mini little battle, I think they are gonna team up to take down Apocalypse. Do I think X-Factor will be joining up? No. When I first saw the fact that Colossus was going to be in the most recent episode from a trailer, I presumed X-Factor. For the simple reason of they lost Polaris, it would make somewhat sense to want to get someone back. But, either way, It was still a really cool episode. Do I think we needed a case of them showing about, Kurt's brother and all? No. I think it was that unless they find a way to play it into the future, like for instance, the Wolverine episode, him getting his back his adamantium claws, why I think it could have been done off. Like a case of he had an adventure, like it was off screen. I do think that'll end up playing to a point at some point. I do think it'll end up coming up again, and I do honestly think the same for this. I think they were both episodes that we didn't really necessarily need, but I did enjoy this episode a lot more than that episode. For the simple reason, it was an overall just cool episode. But like I say, my theory for the Horsemen Cable. Gambit, we know he's won. Magneto, because they've set him up a few times this season after his death, like he's been mentioned a few times. It seems like an obstacle that one final obstacle that Charles and Polaris are going to have to get past. Madeline Pryor, one of the only other dead mutants that's named. Yes, there was a load of others that were, but none named. And I think it'd be an interesting twist that, Cable has to get past. Magic, I think it'd be an interesting thing that Colossus has to get past. Has to find a way to deal with to try and save. He failed once, he wouldn't want to fail twice. Madeline, Magneto, Gambit, and then Magic, yeah. And then I do think the final big battle against Apocalypse, because I do think there's going to be one. I think is going to end up being between the Summers family. I think Cyclops and Gina are going to play more of a bigger part. I think Cable's 100% going to play a big part. But anyway, yeah, like I say, guys, it was a good episode. And guys, if you do want to see what my thoughts on Batman Cape Crusader Season 2, it doesn't come out until this comes out. By the time this comes out, I 100% would have finished it. Also, guys, saying this now, and I'm saying this no for a fact I am jinxing myself. Spider-Man Brand New Day has been out for about a day. I'm recording this on the 29th. So far, cross my fingers, touch wood, I've not heard no spoilers about it. I'm expecting that to last 24 hours. I'm expecting to find something. And guys, there is one thing that I do want answered. Who the hell is Sadie Sink playing? I wouldn't be annoyed if she was playing Jean Grey. I am perfectly happy with that, because I think it would be an okay casting. The way it'd be a perfect casting is if they ended up casting someone who matched perfectly as Cyclops. Because I don't think they're necessarily going to keep James, is his name James Marsden, around as Cyclops. I think they're bringing him back as a nostalgia thing for the fans for Doomsday. Same with Patrick Stewart and thingy that played Magneto. Like, both Patrick and the guy who played Magneto, because I can't think of his name, are both in their 80s. I think it's just a one final nostalgic trick, just to sort of give fans everything for Doomsday. They're going big for it. They went big for Endgame, they went big for Infinity War. Now I think they're trying to go bigger. I'm hoping they don't fail. And I do want to know who our Cyclops is going to be, because she is playing Jean. I want someone closer to her age. I want Cyclops and her to match, not be a dude who's 40s, 50s, compared to what someone like, I think Sadie Sink's in her 30s. Actually, how old is Sadie Sink? I was mistaken. I was like, she's probably in her 30s, because, Tom's in his 30s, I think. And, they look similar aged. No, Sadie Sink is my age. She's a year older than me. Yeah, she looks like a similar age to Tom Holland, except Tom's 30. I did not know she was 24. Like, apologies to the actress. Like, I'm not saying she looks like in her 30s. I'm just saying her and Tom look similar age, which in that case, Tom looks younger than his actual age. Which does mean I agree with the casting more than I've ever thought I would. Guys, a casting I've seen more than once, and I just think it would be kind of funny, is there'd be two people, I mean, two additional people that have played the same character twice. It's rare it's happened, there have been a few times. But the character I'm on about is Spider-Man, because Tom and Yuri Luthenthor have both played Spider-Man, either voice acting or live action. People have said Tom Holland would make a great Ben Tennyson. 15 to 16-year-old Ben Tennyson, yes, because I do think Tom Holland could pull that off. And Yuri Luthenthor was the original voice actor. Not to say original, the original 15 to 16-year-old voice actor. He's a voice actor that I more consider to be the role. Like, there was someone, though I can't think of her name. She appears in Big Time Rush. She's done a few other roles. She's played Raven at some. I think she played Raven in Teen Titans Go. She voiced original 10-year-old Ben, and I was very much surprised. Anyway, guys, sorry we didn't do more proactive work. Sorry, it was just a bit more here, like everywhere. It was more of a nice little simple episode. If you are new right, please like, comment, subscribe. If you've not seen X-Men '97 season 2, I recommend going and watching it. And I'm gonna give it my seal of approval now. If you've not seen Batman Caped Crusaders season 2, and you like Batman, I recommend watching it. Again, this is Wednesday. I'm presuming it's going to be amazing. I'm presuming it's going to be great. Like, season 1 was good. I'm presuming it's going to be on the same level. Also, guys, you'll be seeing me react to, like, season 3 next year, because apparently we're getting season 3 next year. Apparently it's ready. Which, in that case, if they keep up the same pace, where they carry on getting seasons done slightly quicker, they will be able to keep the same quality all that lot, and still get them out within a reasonable year span. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. This is Tiger signing off, and I'll see you next time. Bye!